It looks like both of these attacks, assuming this one on Iran is actually from Israel, is in retaliation for there was a rocket strike in Israel, killed several children. And so, look, this is war. Now there's going to be a retaliation for the retaliation, a retaliation for the retaliation. You see where this goes. This is what war is. I think it's silly for us to be like they're retaliating and now Iran's going to retaliate. No, it's the next step in an ongoing war. Iran ordering an attack on Israel should not be like a breaking headline. It should be Iran orders continuation of ongoing conflict with direct intervention or something to that effect. And sooner or later, we're going to get to the point where when there's active shooting between nations, and we already had the rocket fire between Israel and Iran, we're just going to say the war continues. So I suppose the big questions here are, Israel will be dragging the United States into a massive regional conflict that I think you got the John Boltons and the neocons salivating over and begging for.
I can't wait.
Before Donald Trump is going to be able to get in and tamper down any of this stuff, they're going to make this war happen so that he cannot.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of my theory, except in Ukraine. I figured if they thought Trump was going to win, they would try to make things so bad between Russia and Ukraine, get us so involved, and more or less drop all of that on his lap right before the election. And I guess now they have another opportunity to do that here with Israel. You know, Israel is a small country. They're surrounded by enemies on all sides. And I'm not so sure that we really understand what we're getting ourselves involved in. I think people vastly overestimate the ability of the U.S. military industrial complex to produce the amount of munitions that would be required to defend Israel against all those countries. And it just doesn't work that way. You know, they're burning through Patriot missiles like crazy. Our production capacity is about 30 to 35 a month. And if you're going to tool up a new factory to be making, you know, double, triple that amount, that takes years. That's not something that, it doesn't matter how much money you spend, it takes time to hire the employees, build the factories, et cetera. And meanwhile, you know, Iran is kind of going the other direction. I really think the whole Iran trying to get a nuclear weapon is one of the biggest psyops that we've fallen for. I think what they've realized is technologically that's really unfeasible for them. What makes more sense? For them to spend billions of dollars to produce one nuclear missile and fire it at Israel, which we would shoot out of the sky immediately, or they could take half that amount of money, a third of that amount of money. They could make 50,000 small capacity drones at a cost of maybe $25,000 to $40,000 each. And what are you going to do when they fly 10,000 drones? You know, last time they fired, 400 drones?
Yeah.
And we thought it was a great success that we shot them all out of the sky, but we spent $3 billion to take down maybe a few tens of millions of dollars worth of drones that they can manufacture by the hundreds.
That we're going to need to counter drone warfare with drones.
Correct, right.
You're going to need a net of drones and create a drone defense system.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm wondering, because on my morning show, I had some people super chat about this, is what's happening, the attack, assuming it is from Israel, because Donald Trump survived.